Did you know the obesity levels in the world are reaching epidemic high proportions? Weight gain and being obese is the major risk of developing type 2 diabetes. It is said that 80 to 90% of the overweight population will have type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is the seventh leading cause of death in the United States. This disease is also a costly one, costing the U.S. $245 billion annually. I would like to discuss with you the cause of type 2 diabetes, who is likely to get it, and how to prevent it. Type 2 diabetes has a slow onset and is more common than type 1. Sometimes this is called an age onset or an adult onset diabetes, which often occurs in people who are overweight and just do not exercise. Type 2 diabetes is now affecting even the younger population who are obese. This condition is where the pancreas no longer produces enough insulin, or cells stop responding to the insulin that is being produced. Glucose in the blood cannot be absorbed into the cells, and the body makes it become resistant. Insulin binds to the plasma membrane receptors and is targeted to the tissues such as the liver, muscle, the skeletal muscle, and fat. So the insulin-resistant individuals, the receptors still bind, but the intercellular signaling pathway is disrupted and the signal weakens. High glucose levels remain in the bloodstream, causing the onset of type 2 diabetes. Our weight does play a big role in getting type 2 diabetes. Consumption of large amounts of high saturated fats and carbohydrate rich foods will result in weight gain. The added sugars in our sodas, fruit drinks, along with the sports drinks, are not recommended in large amounts. We should also eat a balanced diet from the variety of foods from the 5 food groups. Try to avoid the high saturated fats and the extra calories, which also increase the weight gain. Those who are more susceptible to acquiring type 2 diabetes are those with a family history, gestational diabetes, and overweight and having an apple-shaped body type. Visceral and abdominal fat decreases the action of the circulating insulin, causing it to become more resistant. Both sexes with abdominal obesity have an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes, for it elevates the fat-free acid levels as well. We can do 3 things to help prevent type 2 diabetes. They are weight management, exercise, and lifestyle change. Weight management is changing the poor eating habits that we have with setting realistic, achievable goals. A powerful motivator might be to record all objects and achievement of the goals daily. The estimated energy requirements should be reduced by at least 500 to 600 calories per week or per day, and then that'll give a 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week. Changing to low-calorie, high-fiber diets, foods along with monounsaturated fats could also help decrease weight. You look for nuts and seeds, and olives is also another good resource. Exercise is an important part of decreasing insulin resistance as well. The government does recommend that we exercise 5 days a week for a minimum of 20 to 30 minutes. The type of exercise could be moderate intensity of walking, swimming, cycling, and arm exercise that will increase your heart rate at least 40 to 60% above your resting value. Losing 10% of your body weight will lead to the reduction of the hemoglobin A1C level, lower cholesterol levels, and decrease the systolic blood pressure. Also says that if you lose the 10% body weight, you could help prevent type 2 diabetes as well. Our lifestyles have been a factor for people tending to lead a more sedentary life. It may be desk jobs, sitting um, on the couch, being less active and unable to enjoy your life as you once did, being overweight. We need to take an account for this and eat less food then if we are more sedentary. We need to eat only what our bodies can burn in a day, otherwise it turns into fat storage. Our diets and lifestyles changes needs to take place in our lives today to help reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes in the future. And with healthcare on the rise of the expenditures, it will keep continuing to be a high costly disease that we have to fight. So take time in your life to exercise, eat healthy, and help prevent yourself from getting type 2 diabetes.